always great to meet up again in our podcast. And today we're going to channel the water energy, which has been a very emotional week for me, to be honest. So, water is emotion. So, I guess we could, because I know that you're also the water expert, and like, I know you connect so much with the water beings and the water elements. And I'm kind of requesting for you to start off the energy and start speaking about the water and what it means to you and how you connect with it.
Thank you, everyone. Whoever's going to tap in with this episode, this one's actually really exciting and really close to my heart because I am a Cancer moon and rising. But even more than that, I've always felt connected to water. My mom still tells me to this day that when she would cook the pool, I will be there till nighttime and I didn't want to come out. And she says that I was the whole mermaid, which I feel very connected to Lemuria. So what's going on with the waters right now, I've had a lot of vivid dreams about water and water beings. I think it was last week that I shared with you one of my dreams that really tripped me out was that I saw a man-made animal come out of the ocean and it was super big and it was attacking the water beings that lived in the ocean. So the water beings had to come out of the water and they were kind of mingling with humans. I know that sounds really, out there, but I feel like there is a lot of things that are surfacing out of the water now. As we're seeing, animals are acting really weird. They found so many really big animals coming out of the ocean as well. Like it's just been a lot with the waters, and it also not just the waters on Earth, it's also the cosmic waters because we're in Cancer season. What do we expect? The water is going to be very active with us right now. So, yeah, I just really wanted to touch on the water energy and what it's doing right now. And I don't know, you're right. It's been emotional.
Our emotions are going to be heightened during this season. The energy of the season is kind of energy of really like sitting down, zoning in, and just allowing things to flow within us and without us to really know where to apply our energy and what not to give our energy. The same way that this is occurring within us, it's occurring outside of us. Something that you really like saying is as above, so below, as within, so without is really what is occurring here as well. We are seeing it inside of us. So expect a lot of crying, a lot of healing, a lot of mother father kind of healing involving that yin and yang energy, but also expect to continue to see that happening in the waters. The water is really like screaming, it's really letting us know that we greatly affected and impacted. If one way to disconnect human consciousness from awakening to its full potential is to disconnect it from the most ancient primordial element, the element that holds literally our key to our existence, because water comes from the stars. Water was here before anything. So if there was any way for them to stop the process, it would be by killing off the water. It would be by killing off marine life. It would be by not allowing us to connect and in tune the same way that they don't allow us to connect and in tune with dolphins. There is scientific proof that they help the baby's brain development. It heightens the baby's energy and like the baby is like super intelligent. It's just a lot of that. And I'm just like really passionate about the sea life and specifically whales because I remember I told you a while back, I don't know if it was last year or the beginning of this year, that I was hearing whale noises in the 3D. I vividly remember that I was sitting at my desk and I was at this time I was doing an in-home a job that I wasn't too happy doing, but I was doing it because 3D things. So I was doing my in-home job and I vividly remember hearing well songs. And when I in tune and connected with them, it was like a cry for help. They felt very sad, not very cheerful, and it seemed like they were activating one another. Like it was like little beams being sent out, and they were all kind of like communicating and talking back, and they all were in unison singing this. And Around that time, it was also when they said that they were protecting the whales and there was no more whale killing. And now recently there was actually 100, I think it was 145 or 195, can't really recall. I keep seeing 145. So like 145 whales that were killed and slaughtered, which I have no clue why that even needs to happen. I don't know what balance that is giving us. I don't understand really why there should be any slaughter of any animal. I'm just not with that, especially not whales, especially not dolphins, especially not ocean beings that hold so much ancient DNA and codes. That's as clearly as I could say it because these beings are in the water that has been scientifically proven to hold memory, to hold frequency, to hold vibration. So this is a stream of consciousness that they are holding. And we could learn a lot from whales because the whales, the grandmother in their circle, in their tribe, is the person that gives the wisdom down, something that should be prominent in human families as well, but most of the time it's not like that. We don't have elderly knowledge, and we forget. So yeah, the waters are just really speaking. I just wish I could make everyone understand and feel what the water is feeling, what the water really projects. I mean, she's loud. She's loud and she's really in your face. And I mean, it's happened before where she's wiped us out. It's happened before where she's been furious and it's devastating to see the things that the elements could do when we infuriate them. But remember, we're the one crossing boundaries. And at the end of the day, everything is divinely orchestrated and divinely willed. And if there is not a balance, a stream of consciousness, a ripple of the divine source, of the divine, what's really at the core of all of us is the same thing. We are a reflection. And if we don't understand the interconnectedness of all of it and the wisdom that comes from seeing ourselves in the eyes of everything and everyone, then we are going to continue to be in this spiral. I just feel like water is really trying to communicate with us, especially through our dreams. And there is nothing for us to fear as long as we are moving from the heart, as long as we are giving everything its place and its balance because there is so much knowledge that we could learn from the water element, from the water spirits, from the water deities, however way you choose to connect to water, there is so much remembrance and so much activation on a cellular, molecular, and a spiritual level. At the very root of our existence is water. And at the very core of our existence is water in every atom, in every cell, in every molecule. The first molecule I want to say was one of the first molecules was water. So to be to be honored to swim in oceans that still contain ancient knowledge because a water molecule could go on in it. If it loses a piece it gains another one. It kind of really just flows and maneuvers and takes another structure. Like when you put water in a cup, it takes the shape of the cup, but the water doesn't lose, it's not like it turns into the cup. It takes the shape of the cup, but it doesn't turn into the cup. And that's what happens with water, and that's the remembrance is there, and it's really a conduit to awaken our subconsciousness. It's really a conduit to really align us to our cosmic ancestral energy. And yeah,
No, yeah, for sure. I Now that you're talking about the water beings, I know that I had a dream earlier this year. I can't remember. I think it was April or March, around those two, around Pisces season, I think. And I recall dreaming about the sea and go being in like those bridges, like a port, that you're able to walk all the way down because it's wood, right? Like a port going down and seeing the sea was nice and everything. And I remember then from my dream that I was walking into the other side, and then all of a sudden the ocean started acting up. It started being mad, angry. And I remember that I fell in the water and I did see these beings. They was like sirens and they were not pretty. They were not cute. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And I know that they were super mad and there was people holding on to the poles on the floor of the pier and they were holding on to their life because the water was really angry, very rapid, very strong waves and really tall waves, and it was like consuming the cars, consuming like the area, and I could see that the sirens were able to control the water. So, I mean, 3 months, 4 months in, and look at everything that's been happening with the water, anyways. And with me, I noticed okay, so for me, I started really picking up on my channeling in 2023, and my channeling really evolved in when Saturn entered Pisces. It evolved. And I don't know if it's because my chart is Saturn ruled and I am a water sign, or I don't know how it happened, but my channeling became thought online. And because before that in 2022, all that wasn't really, it was more like third eye, it was more like clairvoyant. It was just more like intuitive, you know? But it wasn't like how I get things now. And I picked this up also when I saw the shape, the sacred shapes, geometric shape, and the Schumann resonance. Or how do you call it, Lulu? I might be like butchering the name.
Yeah, the Schumann resonance. Yeah,
Uh,
you're right.
the hydrocaudegent. I think it was like a sacred geometry that it's about water. And I picked that up how it's like the Vesica Pisces as well, how the hydroxygen is like how the water is life and how it brings so much more life and osmosis to the world, to the water world. And right there, I picked up on we might be seeing things that we have never seen before. We might be seeing so much change, like a Saturn return to the water. People, the water world going through its karma. I think it's like releasing the old, bringing in the new. But the thing that's crazy is it's still its primordial energy coming back.
Yeah, it makes sense because the water it holds memory. So all like through the whole time since the existence of the world, they believe that water came from the stars. Water came down to the earth. That water holds the vibration of the cosmos. So the water that we have here holds the vibration of the cosmos, holds the memories of the cosmos. So all that ancient information, it has to come out. It has to be put somewhere. And I think that's why the waters are activating. And so many people are remembering Atlantis or Lemuria or ancient civilizations because we are reawakening to that. And even water is the life giver. It babies in the womb, they're in water. Like everything is connected to water. And I like I was water scrying before I did this, and for some reason, they were like emphasizing that water could die. The molecular structure of water, the vibration of water, it could die. Like it's already dying the way that we like push it through the pipes because water needs to flow naturally, like it does, like in a spiral. And when we push it through the pipes, it's really sharp angles, you know? So water is like slowly dying. Like the water that we drink is dead water. That's why they tell you like add Celtic salt or, put vibrations and frequency or speak life into it because water magic is one of the quickest magics to like manifest things. So I just feel everything's so interconnected. Water is a seed to everything.
Right.
That's why it's so important in the collective consciousness.
And adding to that, I know you brought it up that you are close to Lemuria, and then I know for a fact I'm close to Atlantis. Like something about Atlantis is really in my DNA or past life. I don't know because when the aurora borealis happened, right away I heard Atlantis, right? And so the same thing going back to what you said that water holds memory. It's funny how Disney and all these media, tells us the truth in our eyes because I don't know if you ever saw what's it called the last Elsa movie in Disney.
Oh, yeah.
and how
The frozen one?
yes, frozen,
Okay.
and how the snow, as it crystallizes, it holds all the memory that she needed to know. She went down into this cave and she just sang, I think she sung something, and it like activated all the water snow slash crystals, and it showed, and she would touch the statues and it would tell her what she needed to know.
Right, because the water retains the information. Literally anything. I don't know if you've seen that water experiment where they show it a picture, put a picture under it or put a word under the water and they leave it there. And then they look at the molecular structure of the water and then the water look either like the picture or like the vibration of the word that they put under it. And it's because the water it retains that information. It's like how they call water water sign sensitive. It's because the water is sensitive. Like literally whatever you put into it, she's memory cells are gonna retain it and store that information. It's like a computer.
Yep. Yes, I totally agree with you. And especially because water is what's the word for empath for water?
Yeah, empathic.
Water is empathic. It literally molds to you. And you know what? For some reason, this month and last month, Bruce Lee keeps coming up, and I was thinking of that. That Bruce Lee is like the master of water in 3D because he was so fluid and mastered his emotions, and somehow used those emotions to become his best self in body and his way of being. And then how Tesla también is the master of energy. He knew how to conduct it and use it for his advantage, direct it. And it's weird. I was gonna post about that, how those two masters that we had in this living life, but they were super like, took the time and the practice to become who they are, right? And it's the same thing as how the earth really stores its memories, its history in crystals, and how crystals are formed underwater because they are water. And exactly like diamonds and stones and quartz, they're all because water has kind of osmosis with minerals, and it became what it is because it looked kind of like water, but they're hard, right? So,
Yeah.
like they say, pressure creates crystals, pressure creates diamonds, and it's because of that pressure in the water. And then it's crazy. It's the water, it's Earth DNA, and they literally have its Akashic records in there.
Yeah. And now that you bring the crystal point up, because the living water, when you put it under the microscope, it formed in crystals, the geometric patterns. And as the temperature rises, the crystals grow and expand. So what is happening to the water right now? The water is becoming warmer and warmer. And where the animals are acting up is where the water is the warmest.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's what I was realizing last time because I was reading and they also mentioned warm water. And I was all like, okay, warm water is causing the rise and the growth of the crystal growing and expanding. So these animals are reacting to that vibration on that frequency of the water.
So I just got a download.
Okay, share it.
What if like we're going through our ascension process, crystallization? What if that? I don't, the Sea World is going through the same thing. That's why they're acting up because they're going through their own ascension symptoms.
Right. Right. Everything originated from water. They believe that the animals it was first water animals and then they developed the evolution. Like
Right.
then they evolved and became land animals. The animals that are the most in tuned to ancient information are the ocean animals, are the whales, are the dolphins. They hold the light codes of that ancient memory. And I was also reading how dolphins are one of the close relatives of us because of how their brain is so similar to us and how the baby fetus actually looks like a human fetus.
And their hand, they saw an x-ray. Remember, I posted it too, an
Uh-huh.
x-ray of their fin, and it literally looks like the bone structure of a human hand.
Right.
That one creeped me out. I'm not gonna lie.
That's true.
I was like, oh, are we done?
I mean, it's If everything started in water, why wouldn't we be dolphins? Wouldn't it be more sense that we originated from a water animal than a land animal? Like it had to start in water. And then it's gnarly to think how water came to Earth.
Yeah.
Like, how did water come to Earth? It came from the stars.
Yeah, it did. It came from the stars, and again, like, I don't know how if people here, we don't judge, but, how God or universe and all that, but everything is too intelligent for something not to a being, powerful being that has made us to not be real. There's no way.
Right. Everything is conscious. Where did this consciousness come from?
Mhm.
Everything is alive and knowing. Water is alive, and we don't give it enough credit because it really is alive. You could speak into your water, and the energy that you're putting into your water, it will come back to you. Let's say you're sitting at a table where someone is talking negative and you have water there. That water is going to pick up on that negativity, and then you're going to drink it. Now you're holding that negative energy as well.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree. And the way, like you said, the baby in water, and not only us, we are mostly water as well. Our water has plasma in it too, so it all correlates, and that's why water is the most ancient element, like it or not. It's the most ancient element in our planet that began before right when the planet was formed, then water came by. And
Yeah.
and all the animals were formed in the water.
Right. It's like they say water was here before light, before the sun was in existence, there was already water.
Oh,
That's
there
crazy
was.
to think.
I think so. I think that's true. I think it's so true that the water will appear before the sun.
Right. So you see, how come we're like polluting our waters and killing the ocean life when literally we should be connecting to it and trying to learn from it because it's what sustains life. What are we going to do if we kill all the water? Because we could kill it, especially with all the frequencies that they're putting under the water and making the animals that crazy. That's killing the water. That's killing the molecular structure. Scientifically, is killing the molecular structure of the water. So it's becoming dead water.
I honestly, I feel fear when you say that, and I feel a little bit of sadness, you know,
Yeah.
because if we do that, that's gonna be one of the most. I just picture Atlantis falling.
Yeah.
Another Atlantis fall, another fall civilization because we just did not know how to co-create. We did not know how to respect not only the living of humans, but the living of nature, the living of the elements. Everything has a spirit. And if we don't get it together, that's the thing. They keep saying that another civilization might fall. And I don't think we want that again, you know?
Right. It's been happening for eons. When are we going to learn from the past mistakes? I mean, it happened if you pay attention to start seeing mythology. It happened with Lyra first. Then it happened with because some people believe Lemuria was more ancient than Atlantis, depending on what you believe in. It happened to Lemuria and then it happened to Atlantis. And what now it's gonna happen to us when we're supposed to be like the most awakened we have ever been. It all comes back to basis. We need to take care of the basic things of life. Mother Earth, its waters, its plants, the animals. We're all interconnected. Why wouldn't we? I don't know. When you really think of water, te pones a pensar, it's really alive. Why are we killing something that is alive? If we have very little remorse for human life, now imagine how little remorse we have for Mother Earth.
Yeah, and the humans don't really care just because they can't really explore it. They think it's perishable, no harm done, you know?
Yeah.
It's really hard for us to go down there and explore. And I remember I asked this guy when he did super chat on the YouTube because he's an astronomer, and I kind of like wanted to see like how come we are able to go to space more supposedly than explore the oceans. And he just gave me a short answer, which I didn't appreciate, but he said because sadly it's just easier to explore the space than the ocean. And it's
Yeah.
like, what? But the thing is, I don't get is why. If it's like, when you think about it, as above, so below. You can't breathe underwater. We can't breathe in space. You float in space. You float in water. So why is it so hard?
Right. Exactly.
The only thing that I do see is that in the movies they always make it seem if you open your if something breaks in the spaceship or the helmet of the astronaut, you freeze or something. Like it's super cold up there, supposedly.
But I mean, it's cold in the water too.
It's true. When
The lower you go in and the colder it gets,
that is,
the darker it gets. It's literally space. Like you say, as above, so below. Like it literally is the same thing.
and the thing that's crazy too. Now that I think about it, is like why is it so cold up in space? Isn't the sun up there?
It's so many things that you just like think about. Once you start awakening, you start questioning everything, and a lot of it doesn't make sense of what they tell us.
If
It really doesn't.
if the sun's up there, it's cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're over
Yeah.
here heating up, but you tell me we go to space where the sun heats almost every planet and it's cold. It makes no sense.
It doesn't. But I mean, it's a reflection of the ocean, so I guess.
That's what I'm saying.
Some people like believe that space is the ocean. There's portals in the ocean, and that's why we can't go down there because, certain things keep us from actually navigating those portals. Come on, if we are trashing Earth and instead of trying to fix Earth, we want to move from Earth and go to Mars. And what are we going to do? We're going to trash Mars too. No, we should just really pay attention to what we have here already and be grateful for what we have and all the beauty that we have. And we're beings that get to connect to things that are alive, water and plants, and Mother Earth. We should just value that instead of trying to destroy it and discover something else. Let's discover what we already have here.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And the crazy thing is now all of a sudden they say, oh, it's easier to explore space, but you're telling me that you've been underwater in this science facility. This was kept under because every time they would say they can't. And all of a sudden I posted something that supposedly they found an ionized atom underwater. And I'm like, because there was studies doing under the ocean. I'm like, how long have you guys been doing this? And why were you keeping this away from the public? And not only that, all of a sudden there's a robot manta ray.
Yeah, I know. I seen that. I seen when you posted that,
And
which is so gnarly because I had that dream about a freaking a huge animal and literally the radio frequency that they're emitting from that is just, yeah, it's a lot.
and it's like, so you guys are lying. There is very low key studies going on under the water, but only specific people know about this. And now they're little by little, they're letting the public know. But the people like us are like, wait a minute, that's why the ocean's acting up because you guys are doing something under there.
Yeah. And the ocean animals are really sensitive to energy and frequency. Like they hear like the lowest pitches.
And then not only that, how they use color therapy to communicate, like octopuses, like a lot of the sea animals change color when their emotions are messed with.
Right.
And imagine how they're being right now. All the sharks all of a sudden coming really up into the shallow end and just swimming around on the first layer of the ocean, not so deep. And then all these sword, the swordfishes, the saw shark. It's just really weird.
Yeah. It is very weird. And they're not just going to act strange out of nowhere just because, there's literally something that is affecting them for them to behave like this.
So to me, it's like, okay, so they are, I think they're, like I was saying, I really hope that any tribe, seawater tribes of sirens, mermaids, any inner earth people who learn how to breathe underwater, we better pray that's just like a myth because that's all I think causing war under the water as well.
I mean, yeah.
Oof.
We destroyed the land already. What, we want to destroy their land too? I mean, I would go to war too for it. Y'all ain't coming down here. Leave us alone.
Yeah, like you guys been good up there, and all of a sudden you guys want to come here. Nope. That's
Because humans always want to go somewhere that is forbidden. Just leave it alone. It's for a reason. I get it. Okay, we're curious beings. All right, cool. But if time after time there's been a stop to it and we can't get further than this, or we can't get deeper than this, like just leave it alone. We've caused enough chaos to the waters and killing, drying. The fact that there is places in the world that have water scarcity, bro, that just still blows my mind. How is there people in the world that don't have enough water to live?
that's true.
That's crazy. When literally the earth is covered in water.
And it does make no sense.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Water is another commodity you have to pay to survive, because if we don't have water, we're literally gonna die. Our body consists of water. Our body needs the water.
Yeah.
Which technically our water that we drink is not even live water or good water for us. That's why there's so many deaths that happen because of the contamination of water. It's just a lot. It really is a lot when you start learning about water. The molecular structure of it, they really mess it up. There's been experiments where they take drinking water that we drink, and you know how there's this place in Venezuela that the water, we've never touched it. Like no human has been in contact with it.
Hmm.
They consider it like really pure water, which when they did the experiment on it, it's 4,000 times more active than any water that we have
What?
like available for us. And that's because humans don't interact with it. The people that live there, they know that it's sacred to them. So they gathered the experiment of the water, and then they put it under the microscope. And when they put it under the microscope, they saw the formation, the crystal formation, which was like beautiful. It was a perfect crystal, like perfect geometric pattern. And then they took some of the water that we drink, and that thing was tore up. There was no beautifulness to it. It was just a blob of darkness. It had no structure to it. And water needs structure. It's a structured like molecule. It needs structure, but the water that we drink doesn't have that. So what are we drinking? How is our bodies revitalizing itself if our water is not even revitalizing and activating our body?
Wow. That is crazy. And do they drink them?
No, they don't. They don't drink from it. They find it sacred, so they don't even like mess with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The people that did the science experiment, when they went to go take a little sample of it,
Uh-huh.
they said they measured their energy field before they went to the trip,
Uh-huh.
and there was gaps in their aura and in their energy field. And then once they came back from the trip, their energy field was all clear and there was no gaps, dude.
Oh my gosh. I'm geeking out right now.
Yeah, and that's why we say make sure you take a shower or a bath with intention, because water literally clears your energy field.
That is beautiful. Dude, imagine if someone drank that water.
Imagine,
It probably could cure cancer. I'm sorry, but it probably can.
right? Because it's gonna activate your body. It's gonna activate the atoms and all the cells. They're just gonna feel all alive and pure and cleansed, you know? Of course, it probably could cure a lot of things.
That is insane. I don't know why, but it reminded me of this book I read when I was little in elementary, I think, or it was middle school, or it was a fountain of youth. I don't remember the name of it, but it's if you drank from it, you wouldn't get old.
I know the fountain of youth has always been like something they talk about.
Oh, Tuck Everlasting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never read it, but like
It's
something
right now. But yes, there was two got people, a couple that loved each other, and they just never wanted to pass away and leave one or another. So they both drank from the little pond or the creek. And guess where the creek was? It was by a tree,
of course.
of course. So it's like, whoa. And then yeah, if you drink from that, you didn't pass away. You stayed young.
Since you bring up trees, how there's these big old giant ass trees and the water has to travel all the way up there.
But you know why? Because the root
Right. Through the roots, it travels all the way up there. But if there's gravity and all these things, wouldn't it stop the flow of it? But no, it's able to flow all the way up to the leaves. And trees are some trees are massive. I was analyzing that yesterday when I was like looking at my tree friend outside. I was like, dude, how do you get all the water all the way up here through your roots? That is some work.
It is work. And you know what? I think that's why the trees are so wise because they receive all those codes from the water.
Yeah.
Um,
Trees are definitely wise. We need to do an episode on trees because
I'm down. But yeah, going back to water, honestly, every time I go to the ocean and my family, my family makes so much fun of me because I honestly feel like the water activates when we're close. The water knows when you're a conscious being. And every time I go to the ocean, somehow it gets a little stronger. Not in a bad way, but in a way like letting me know I know you're here. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
no, yeah, I know what you mean. I be trying to act like I'm Avatar and putting my hand out.
Yes, and it's like this feeling that I'm like, oh my God, I think the ocean knows I'm here. I,
Yeah, it's letting you know, it's acknowledging you. You're not crazy. I feel you, you feel me.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, oh my God. I told her I remember that I was in Victor. Oh my gosh, we need to go to that together. I think you're closer where you're at. I think it would only be 3 hours for you, because for me it's like 6.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Because it's up north. And I'm telling you, there's this area, it's called Ragged Inn. It's my favorite hotel to stay in. It's a little pricey, but your Wi-Fi really sucks. You have no phone. But at night you see the stars so clearly. And it's like you could literally they look so close because they look so clear. And it looks like you could just raise your hand and grab the stars. That's how clear it is. And there's like going down the hotel like 10 minutes down or like a few minutes, there's this trail where it takes you to this really um wild beach because a lot of people don't go to it because of there's only like 4 cars parked there at a time.
Oh, okay.
The sand is super dark and it's like a sponge. It feels like a sponge. It's not hard. Your feet kind of seep through a little bit and it
Mhm.
feels like you're getting a foot massage. It's so wonderful.
It sounds nice. Yeah, I love Big Sur. When I went, I was sad I didn't see any whales because that's why I wanted to go because whales appear there a lot.
Mhm.
Like it's one of the easiest places where you can find whales. So yeah, I went for my birthday, but I really loved it. I also loved Moonstone Beach. I was trying to find little moonstones when I went. But
Oh,
yeah, Big Sur is
oh,
beautiful.
I love that's like my favorite place to go. Um, yeah. So I don't know. So when you talk about Lemuria, what do you think it's the most really when you connect to Lemuria, what is your favorite like channeling of them? What do you get that their civilization was just so important to us now?
The fact that they were really empathic and in tune, that was one of the things when I channeled them, that was one of the things that came up really quick. That's why I'm telling you, I just felt like I belonged there because it was okay. Humans don't understand me like this, but then when I channeled them, it was very comforting, warm vibe. I think they were that civilization that was really empathic and connected. I mean, come on, they were connected to the water element, and the water element is empathic. We said at the beginning of this. But yeah, I felt they were more, I don't want to say feminine, but that's just how it felt. They just felt really like more in tuned. Not that Atlantis wasn't in tune, but I feel whenever I channel Atlantis, it feels more sciencey and more masculine energy, more putting things into friction energy. And Lemuria feels more like that nurturing, motherly energy, that subconscious kind of energy, if it's making sense.
No, you're absolutely correct because that's what I pick up. That Atlantis is the more masculine side, the masculine vibe, divine masculine energy, the yin and yang. They were literally yin and yang because
Right.
Lemuria was definitely more feminine energy, more relaxed and kind of clear the mind, more creativity, right? And then with Atlantis, when I connect to it, it's way more like how to build, how to use the energy of the crystals and the water to supply energy to my civilization kind of thing, you know?
Right.
They did have more structures. I think I don't know, but I think Lemuria just lived more coexisted with the earth. They didn't really have structures, to be honest. They were more I don't know, that's what I pick up unless I'm wrong. I'm not sure.
No, I've seen like more like, I don't know, trees and water,
Yeah.
like pools of
Mhm.
water. There's not really buildings and stuff like that. Even Atlantis, like they have like all these beautiful structures, like when I channeled them. And Lemuria is not, no, it's more mountains and
Yeah.
streams, very naturey in a sense.
Yes,
And very blue and vibrant.
and green.
Yeah, and green.
I feel like and you see, and then Atlantis was more those blue hues and silvers and connecting, and a little bit of gold too, because they somehow harnessed the ley lines. They knew what they were doing, especially with hydroelectricity. They
Right.
knew what they were doing, and again, not all of Atlantis was bad, but they knew how to connect with the elements to bring their civilization some power. Let's just say that. You know, and then I think and somehow they're the ones that had to start building buildings to live in. And the Moria, what I think is they used the homes that Earth gave them, like the caves and the caverns and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're okay if we pull cards on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can pull cards.
Okay. Because I know I mentioned before that maybe we should record it, but somehow something's telling me we should pick on, I guess, why is what's going on with the water and why is it acting the way it is, and then we could pick up on the animals.
Okay, for sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna start shuffling my mermaid tarot, and then I don't know if you have a specific one.
I don't have a specific water tarot, honestly, or an oracle. I was just gonna use what I had. Like,
No, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I don't have a lot of oracles and tarots. I even made one myself. I just wrote words on it. I was like, because I felt like you could channel with pretty much anything. If the
Yep,
message wants to come out, it's gonna come out. Like, it doesn't need to be a specific theme.
right.
But it's always cute to have those themes for the visuals. So I totally get why people have so many decks.
Yes, and the artwork, and some people get activated with art, you know. So it's like,
Right. Oh yeah, we would know.
see. So why is the ocean acting this way? What is going on with the ocean at this moment? Or with the waters in general.
Yeah, waters in general.
Oh,
It's not just the ocean.
guess what came out for me?
What?
The moon.
The moon?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna have a new moon in Cancer.
And the full moon's coming up too, no?
The full moon. What is it in?
Let me see. Let me check that out.
Or probably the full moon in Cancer. I don't know. I don't really keep up with the.
Me, I'm starting to lack on that.
I don't. I just if I channel it, I channel it. If I don't, I
Yeah.
don't. You know, like I'm not like keeping up with astrology.
Yeah, it's a little. Let me see. Oh, okay. Wait. Whoa. Oh, you're right. New moon in July. See, I'm the one that's been lagging. So, new moon in July 5th, and the full moon is in July 21st. So,
Okay.
nice.
What's the full moon in? Does it tell you?
Let's check it out. Let's see. July, full moon in July.
That new moon in Cancer is gonna be all about emotions. It's about to rock our shit.
I already feel it.
Yeah, I already feel it too. This weekend, I felt so overwhelmed and I was moody. Like, I was moody because even my mom asked me what's wrong. And I was like, Mom, please just leave me alone. I'm in my own little world. I don't want to talk. But I just felt like so tired and moody. And I felt so bad afterwards. It's not even her fault. I don't know why I'm feeling like this.
Exactly. I've been super moody. I've been hella emotional. I've been like I know what's going on. It's like these are not my emotions. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I've been grounding. It's been insane.
Yeah, I've been like speaking a lot into my water and asking it to keep me grounded because Yeah, that's what I do. Charge my water up so I can keep in balance because sometimes you can't go outside and you can't ground yourself. So there has to be other methods for you to do it. You get me?
Yeah. Okay, so it is gonna be in Cancer. You're so correct. So there was the new moon. Okay, what else? What other energies is coming out for the water? And it's funny because it's a siren or a mermaid, and there's like music notes coming out of her.
That is funny because it's like the music of the spheres, how like every planet basically sings. It has a vibration, a harmonic vibration to it.
Mhm.
That's crazy. And then the moon controls the tides of the ocean.
Right. And then I got a chariot, and it's funny because this card always gives me like, because it's like a seahorse, but it's a big one, and it's two mermaids trying to control it.
We literally said it, the moon controls the tides of the ocean, and then two mermaids trying to control the seahorse.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I think we're gonna see more animals kind of aggressive or very active in the ocean again soon in July. I think that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna see more ocean um movement, more water movement. That the especially with the full moon here, we might see more of
Yeah.
the
And just like seeing big ass waves in
yeah,
my time.
big waves. Exactly.
Yeah.
Big waves. Oh, tell me why I just got judgment.
Oh, yeah. You see, it's because we messing with the water.
We just got judgment. And we know how we talked about embryos
Uh huh.
in the card in this what's it called? Tarot. There's this mermaid actually alerting its kingdom with it's like a shell and he's blowing on it.
Wow.
Then on the bottom, there's people in bubbles.
That's funny because before we started this, I water scribe and I literally have water spirits are active. The call is being made.
Oh, snap. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So so they're in bubbles and I feel like I'm channeling right now that they're in bubbles because they're in hiding.
Right.
I think they're in hiding because they know they're being I think I'm gonna pull for the 3D right now too. I mean for us, for the people who are trying to mess with the water type. I guess not us in general, but the corporates of this issue going on. And
Yeah. Do
And
it.
and then, yeah, the mermaids are in hiding. They're, like, in protective bubbles, and I think there's leaders that are like, scouting the ocean. They're, like, kinda, like, on watch, and the mermaids don't look so happy. They're, like, in the bubbles, crouched down like the embryo, but they're, like, big, and they're just, like, they're waiting for the call.
Damn.
I'll send you a picture after.
Yeah, take a picture of it so I could put it on like the video. You know how I did the
Oh,
video for
yeah,
the other one? Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then on the bottom of the deck, because I think that's enough to get for the oh no. Okay. So there's gonna be I think we are gonna be ready to maybe, who knows, start a battle with the ocean a little bit because I do see here more volcanic activation.
Yeah. And we know volcanoes is oh, I have temperature rising too in my screen. That's crazy.
The more volcanic activation, inner earth activation, Pele came out and there's like lava going in the water. And then on the bottom of the deck is the Fool, and guess what? It's a mermaid getting her tea and walking into land.
Dude. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No, not probably. They definitely are trying to attack the water beings.
Oh,
But I wonder why. What do they want from them?
and then under the Fool, it was the tower, and it looks like, the Triton's palace of the Little Mermaid.
Uh-huh.
That's how the palace looks, and it's falling apart. I think
Oh,
we're attacking them.
yeah. Freaking human.
Okay, so then I'm gonna start pulling on why is whoever's doing this, why are they attacking?
Yeah, I want to know why.
And I'm pulling from my 3D one, the one where it has indigenous and Colonialism.
Oh, okay, okay. That one has good imagery.
Yes, the one with the dollar bills in the back because everything's about freaking money.
Yeah, everything is about freaking money.
All right, let's see. Why are leadership of the humanity attacking the water life? What would you call them? The elite? Or what do I say?
No, the elite sounds like they're better than us or something.
I'm
What's it? Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Why are these parasites attacking the waters? What is it to them? Oh no. One flew out. I'm scared.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. They're working on something. The Eight of Pentacles. They have something planned. Eight of Pentacles. They're working. I think they're building up. I just heard they're stressing them out for a reason. Yeah, they're stressing them out. Guess what was under there of the night?
This is stressing me out.
Sorry.
N- Not you. The things that they're doing is stressing me out.
Oh, and then the crazy thing is that under the deck, right when I pulled the Eight of Pentacles, was the Nine of Swords. They're definitely stressing the water life out. It's like it's their plan. Why? Why are they want to stress and aggravate the water life? Why are they trying to stress them out? What is it to them to affect the water?
Technology.
I got the page of swords. I'm telling you, they're planning something. And it's like I don't think the answer wants to come out because I have two planning things. They're working out the plan.
Yeah. They probably don't want us to know yet.
Let's see. What is their intent with all this? With messing with the water life? With the water life. What is their intent in this? Oh wow. I did okay. I just got temperance.
Dude.
I think this is it's about money. It's about money. It's about being in control and being empowered because temperance, it gives me like that stupid Avengers, the freaking guy that snaps his fingers and tries to destroy the whole world. What's his name? Thanos?
Yeah, Thanos.
I get Thanos vibes.
So they just want to be the ones in power. Like we didn't know this already.
Yeah. That's what I get. I get really Thanos vibes with the temperance, and then guess what was the card on the shadow card on the bottom when I pulled the temperance, the plan set. It was the Empress.
Yeah, no.
Gives me like Thanos vibe, trying to be in control and kind of like I think there's two sides here. I think there's like a group that there's good and bad guys. So I think the good guys are being manipulated, kind of saying like this is for the good of the ocean. We're gonna see how to save the planet. When at the end there's like bad intentions. Yeah, they want to use the good scientists, the good marine biologists to do their work. And at the end, they're gonna switch things off. Oh my god, that reminded me. Like the movie of Atlantis, the Disney one. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And how they use Milo because he knows what he's doing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're able to. We're just gonna go explore, and we're just gonna learn certain things, so we could understand it better." And once they're under there, they try to destroy it and grab the crystals.
Yeah. That I mean, oh my god, we really don't learn. They need to leave the ocean alone for real.
Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna pull one card from the Witch Tarot and let's see what comes out for confirmation. And then I'll be done with my cards. But this is pretty deep.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude.
I'm just like, what? I feel so bad. I feel so sad. It's like we're building up, and then that's why the volcano came out because the ocean's gonna get hella tired of us. We're aggravating it. We're aggravating the waters and the water life.
Yeah, and I don't know why are we even doing that when the ocean could literally wipe us out.
I mean, they already did with Noah.
Right.
And not only that, there's so many Atlantis, Samoria. There's so many, even the Nordic, so many stories of a wipeout with water.
Yeah. So we want that to happen again.
That's the thing. I don't know if sometimes why you think all the people who think are they're the elites are building all these bunkers and stuff because they want to survive.
Yeah, they want to run away, but they don't know that they can't run away from the truth or the light. So they're going to get scorched even down there.
Exactly. The lava will probably get them.
That's funny because I have one of my water screen. I have deep in the abyss, you will find the pearl. And remember, I was talking about pearl symbolism,
Yeah.
and pearls are connected to spiritual awareness and wisdom.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there's definitely planning. There's definitely they're prepping for an ending. They know something's gonna happen. Because my witch tarot, I got the 10 of wands, the 10 of swords, and the king of wands. And the king of wands is pointing at a map.
A map.
A map.
Wow, dude.
And in this map there's dragons and water, land, and he's pointing at it.
Inner earth.
Oh Lord.
You just said dragons and inner earth just popped in my head.
So yeah, there's something happening. The 10 of wands, 10 of swords.
You were right. A freaking war.
I actually know. And that's what I'm saying. I just feel that. I feel like the aggression. When I saw that, I was like, I would understand if the water's so annoyed the water world can start attacking us.
Yeah, and then we want to act like they're the bad guys when we're the ones that
Yeah,
causing everything.
they're gonna use it as a thing. Oh, we got the full again. Yeah, there's an ending and a start. There's definitely an ending and a start. And then the witch is flying over the water and there's a ship.
Oh, I've had a lot of ship dreams, dude. A lot of our cargo is moved through the ocean, like through ships.
Uh-oh.
So that's interesting too.
And then again, more dragon energy here.
The water serpent.
The page of the Knight of Wands is here and he's flying over and he's looking at the mountains and there's a dragon and then the Fool is flying over the ocean. That's crazy. There's gonna be a lot of activations. There's gonna be a lot of 5D creatures coming to activate. They're gonna come. They're coming. Yeah, they're gonna
They need to come. I'm tired.
type. Oh my gosh, Lulu. So that's what it is. So I'm gonna keep the card out of the King of Wands and then I'll send you the picture of it. But this is crazy. I'm like in awe right now.
Yeah.
There's literally a Thanos fight here, and there's literally I keep getting the Black Panther one too with what's his name?
Oh, I forgot his name.
The one with the turquoise Amor? Amor? No, not his name is Amor. Is it? Let me think. Hold on. And remember, have you seen it? Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And how there's actually a civilization living down there hiding from us because they even say, "You see what they've done. You see what they're capable of. Why are you inviting them down here?"
Yeah.
I think we need to.
What do you say?
I think we need to rewatch it to see what we get.
The movie?
Yes.
Okay. We'll take notes.
Mm-hmm.
See what we channel through it, because that's
Oh my gosh, no, I just channeled. Remember how they almost beat him because of the frequencies? It disabled him.
yeah. I have in my water screen frequency, vibration, shape.
And with that frequency, literally got disabled and started bleeding from his ears.
Oh, and you know what? You were talking about how birds are really sensitive to the frequency, the noises. And I have birds and dolphins here
Oh,
on my water screen.
oh my God.
Dude, what the? Wow.
And then remember how I said that the birds are literally like reptilians and they're like dragons?
Oh, yeah, you did say that and all that dragon energy that just came up. Wow. I mean, water spirits have been really active. I don't really know anything about the Orishas, but yeah, Maya keeps coming up. You know, water spirits are like, every time I feel her energy, she like just seems furious.
I'm just sitting with all this right now.
Yeah.
I'm literally
Oh, and I have on my water screen. Water can have a negative reaction to you.
oh my goodness. Well, I think that's what happened to that freaking submarine. Remember the one that was on mainstream that imploded?
Oh, with the like millionaires, all those rich people.
You know what? What if that started the war?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
What if something did happen? They went too low, they saw something, and well, maybe the ocean might started it. You never know.
Well, I mean, if they went into their turf when they weren't supposed to.
And not only that, all the people that passed away, they were just asking for it.
The ones that were in the submarine,
Yep.
they were like all like rich. Like they had too much money, in other words.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This one's gnarly because in my water screen, I saw a lamb being. Their face was a lamb. And what does the lamb signify? Like purity and sacrifice.
Right.
Dude,
Hey, don't. And then isn't like now that you said that, I know that Capricorn's a goat, but remember how Capricorn also has the fin at the end, like a mermaid?
a sea goat. Yeah. What the heck? Yeah, I couldn't understand why they were showing me a lamb being in the middle of my water screen. I'm like, what does a lamb have to do with the ocean? But like, yeah, dude. Wow. Oh no, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot.
I kept sitting with it because you talk and I get visuals of things, and then I talk and then you get visuals of things, and I'm just like
Yeah,
sitting.
they also in the water screen, they also showed me like the pyramids and the water chambers. They kept like highlighting that.
And then I'm gonna tell you right now, you know how you say you keep hearing Oya or tapping into her?
Uh-huh.
And I think Oya, is she the one with thunder?
Oh no, Oya, yeah, Oya, no, but yeah, Maya is the one that keeps.
Oh, okay.
Oya is the one with thunder, yeah.
Okay. But guess who I keep feeling and I keep getting pushed to buy a little statue?
Who?
Isis.
Isis. It's because that motherly energy is out right now. Because Hathor, she keeps showing herself. She keeps coming out some way or another.
And then the Virgen keeps popping up, the Guadalupe. Because they're all
Yeah,
the same. It's all the same energy.
it's all the same energy. Yeah, it's just like different versions. I guess it's like how people like channel like kind of the same energy, but in different ways.
Yeah,
That's how I feel the deities are as
yeah,
well. Like people
definitely.
just it was just channeled differently, you know?
Yeah, it's the
Wow.
same energy. And I remember when I was putting flowers for Bast and my Virgencita de Guadalupe right there because I understand it's the same concept, right? And once I put the flowers on my altar, I heard we are one.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same energy.
Well, yeah, like this is gonna have a negative effect on all of us if we're going to war with the water beings. They are us, we are them. Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot.
Uh,
That's a reading where you gotta sit there and like,
that's literally what I'm literally just here contemplating what I just got.
oh no, also you went in or started my water screen and I had be conscious of your ripples.
Yeah, what you send out. You
What? And then they showed me plankton, and you know how plankton, it's basically all animals survive off of that. They all eat. It's like the first layer of, let's say, the pyramid, like all the way at the bottom.
right.
Yeah. And they kept showing me like the plankton, and then they were showing me the temperature rising. Oh, and then there was, I don't know if you saw it on TikTok, was this video where there was so much like little plankton, or it wasn't plankton, but it was the animals that you just find at the bottom of the ocean, but they were like kind of like see through, and they had all risen. They were at the top of the ocean now, which that just shows us that there's so much, like a lot of activity going under the ocean where we don't see it.
I really think that what I got is kind of facts. Like there's so much going on and we don't know what started this aggressiveness towards the land and the water. There's definitely a battle going on. There's definitely something going on that we don't know about.
Yeah, but it definitely has to do with frequency.
No, yeah. And Imma see that TikTok has, like, you know how TikTok has everything. So Imma see if they have it of a more going kinda getting beaten because of the frequencies. Imma see if they have that.
Yeah.
But I'm being called to watch Black Panther again, the last one. So I'm definitely gonna watch it because I think and guess who Amor was? He literally wears Quetzalcoatl on his head.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
That
he does. Yeah, the headdress, huh?
yes, that's Quetzalcoatl.
Oh, and he was a serpent. Oh my God, this a lot, girl. Oh no, this a lot.
We literally channeled on this podcast.
Yeah, that's a lot of energy coming through.
So I don't know if you wanna end it here. You can call me after. Let's talk.
Okay. Yeah, I'll call
So
you.
thank you everyone for joining in this episode. You can see it gets a little tense here when we try to, get the tea for you guys. I think this is gonna be a cool concept for us now. And when we tap in as well, I think this was a really cool show where you saw the nitty gritty and the raw, how we connect the dots here. So thank you for joining us and stay tuned for our next episode.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for tapping in with us. We'll keep you guys posted when the next episode is gonna come out. Thank you, Isela, because this reading was a lot. My brain is just, yeah, we gotta talk about it. But yes, we'll just close it out right here. I think that channeling that you just did and that reading that you just gave us was the cherry on top, which is gonna implant a lot of seeds into people's minds. So yeah, this was a good episode.
All right. Well, thank you everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.